Hi, lovely family. Welcome to your favorite cooking channel. Yes, we're still on the Cooking with Abba weight loss journey, and this is the weight loss shaker juice base I used for the curry or for this very recipe. This is in two types. There's one I did without the base of the weight loss shaker juice. If you've not checked out my weight loss shaker juice too, you should check that as well, especially if you want to lose weight. If you're not trying to lose weight, you can also make do with this using the gravy base, which I've also shared on my channel. So today we're just going to zoom into this. Now, for this, I'm using chicken, I'm using cauliflower. Yes, very fine cauliflower. I'm also using some squash. I'm using bell peppers, onion, some spice for the chicken, mixed spice, a bit of pepper, and some salt for the chicken. And I've got some coconut. Yes, coconut milk. I want to do coconut milk and add it into it. And I have the weight loss shaker juice base, which is basically from pineapple, cucumber, ginger, turmeric. Yes, in there. So I just pour the mixed spice with the pepper and salt onto my chicken. Yes, so that I use chicken drumsticks in here. Any chicken part you like, it can go in perfectly. Then to do my coconut milk, what I did was to first and foremost knock out the eyes of the coconut to be able to enter in to get the juice in there. And once that was done, I just juiced it into the cup. Now, for you to be able to do this, you need a pointed, sharp object to be able to get in finely. Now, one thing or one beauty about this is that the coconut makes it creamy, and so it makes it very enjoyable to eat, especially when you're trying to lose weight. One thing you need to know is that because you may not be eating so much and you may be trying to eat more selected portions or selected food ingredients, you need to be mindful of fortification. As much as possible, the little thing you're eating should be nutri-packed. And so these are some of the ways you can incorporate more nutrients into your food. Because yes, milk is good, and this is a good sort of plant-based milks, which are also not bad in there as well. And this is going to give you that creaminess that goes with it as well. So I separated the water, and it's good to separate the water. And when I was done, I tasted it. Sometimes the water is not nice. If the water is not nice, it's going to affect the taste of your coconut. Sometimes the water may be bad. And so it's always good to separate it. And then once you're done, you have to crack the hard shell or the hard nut for you to be able to get the inner part. If you're using a knife, it will be hard. The best is to get a very hard surface and then you knock it off. So that is the reality. You're going to have to just crack this as hard as possible. If you've come to this point of the journey, please do well to subscribe, do well to like, do well to share as well. So yes, once this is done, I'm just going to remove the fleshy part of the coconut. Some people may remove the skin, after removing it from the pulp, they may want to remove the brownish part, but I think it's a lot of work and it's not going to really affect it much. It's a stew. This is not like coconut milk where you may see traces of it in there. And so if you don't mind, like myself, you can just leave it in there. It won't discredit you in there. So yes, once I remove it, mind you, the cauliflower is sitting in brine, salty water. Yes, so I'm just going to wash the coconut in there and then I'm going to cut it into fine sizes. I always say don't stress your blender teeth or blade. Don't stress your blender's motor. They may be strong today, but it will serve you well if you treat it well. So just cut it into cute cubes that your blender can easily blend with less stress as well. So once these are cut, they are going to go into my blender. The harder stuff goes in first. Yes. Then I'm going to add in some water in there as well. And then I'm going to give it a fine blend in there. Now for this coconut, I was using the milk to season the chicken. So instead of using water for the chicken, I use the coconut milk. That also gives you that creamy chicken flavor base. But yeah, then you can just strain it over a strainer into it. Unfortunately, I thought I was videoing that part, but I didn't video, so do pardon me for that. So even at home, It's not always that you be doing your chicken, but just sometimes give it some twist in there. Use some coconut milk if you have access to some coconut or some coconut milk, and use it to cook your chicken. It gives you more juiciness in your chicken. It gives you more taste, more vibe in there as well. So once that is on fire and the chicken is cooking, I just come to my vegetables and then I prep them. So for the cauliflower, yes, you can watch my cauliflower dressing or handling videos. They are all on my channel where I teach you how to preserve your cauliflower when you buy quite a number. For this, I was using fresh cauliflower and I removed the parts which were not looking too good for me out of it. And then I just cut it into the chunks that I wanted. You can cut it, leave the whole crowns in there, or you can reduce the sizes of the crowns. It depends on how you want it. That's the most important part. But when it comes to the stemmy part, you need to cut it to be a bit smaller because the crown part will not take long to cook, but the stemmy part may take a bit of a while to cook. And they are all edible. Even with the cauliflower leaves, some people eat it. It's edible. Just that I have not yet tried it. Maybe I'll try something on it, and then if it's good, I'll share. If it doesn't come out good, I'm not going to share. Okay, so yeah, that's just by the way. If you're watching to this point, do subscribe, do like, do share, support the journey. Yes, we are still on my weight loss special recipes for my dieters. Yes, and it's only for weight loss people. If someone is on special diet, someone needs to check their diet a little. These are things you can do because they are super, super, super nutri-packed. If you're vegetarian or vegan, you can substitute the chicken for something more plant-based like mushrooms or any proteins of your choice like soya. They can work for you. So just feel free to replicate this with what you like. If you don't like cauliflower, you like broccoli, you can make use of it. If you like zucchini, you can make use of it. If you like cucumber, you can make use of it. If you like carrot, you can make use of it. Just make use of the vegetables you're a fan of as well. But don't miss the onion. The onion makes it very, very, savory and sweet. And for this, you need to cut your vegetables pretty much big. And so the onions, the bell pepper, you realize I cut them way chunky in there as well. And then I'm also cutting the squash, butternut squash. Yes. So once again, if you don't know where to buy these, usually our northern ladies who sell, or our Muslim ladies who sell fruits and vegetables, sell this kind of, should I say exotic vegetables? And yeah, they are very much on the market. They are very much affordable. Don't be scared to go and ask them for it. And try new veggies. Vegetables are very good for your immunity, for your health. Oh my God. Don't miss vegetables out of your diet. So yes, once all these are cut, we're good to go, and we're going to check on the chicken. And so when it comes to chicken, you have to make sure that it's well cooked and the coconut is also simmering well in. So yeah, once that is also in there and is ready, make sure the chicken is well cooked before you add in the vegetables to it. But before the vegetable comes in, I'm going to add my shaker. That's what I call it. So there's a weight loss juice I did, which keeps me hydrated and all those ones. I added the base of it into it. Yes, because it was caked, I added it in for it to also thaw in there before I added the vegetables in there. Now, like I said, if you don't want to use this or you don't have this available, you can replicate this with any sauce base you like, whether it's pepper sauce, whether it is gravy. You can incorporate that in as well just to add to the taste of it. Then I'm going to add in all the vegetables to it for it to cook together. At this point, everything is virtually done. The chicken and everything is well done. If not a fan of fresh chicken stew like this, you can decide to pick out your chicken once it's seasoned before you add the base to it. Then you can fry that separately or aside. That is also up to you. And because vegetables take in a bit of salt to taste, once all of this goes in, you can add in a little bit of salt to add in some taste. And then you just need to wait for this to simmer and then come together beautifully. And this shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes because vegetables don't need to overly cook. The 5 minutes in there is just good for you. So like I said, if you don't like your chicken to be freshly made in the stew, you can decide to also fry it either before the weight loss shaker juice or after it. And as that is on fire, you can cook some potatoes, any carbs or any other thing you want at your side, and you can add it to it. So for me, I tend to usually prep this for lunch, which is easy and healthy and a better way to go. And so you can just enjoy this recipe as well as you're trying to diet. Till I see the next food video, do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be merry. Lots of love for my team and I.